All right. Yeah, really the last real practice out here in California. I think that kind of wraps most everything up. We'll kind of walk through some stuff tomorrow as we get ready for San Francisco. But I think we got a lot, accomplished in the last few weeks. I still think, we've got some things that we need to still improve on, but I think overall, I was pleased with the work that we were able to get done, out here in training camp. So now we'll start turning our attention to San Francisco.
Will you play most every healthy player tomorrow?
We'll see. We'll see. Again, we haven't had really any of those discussions with any of the players. Our focus really is when we're working, our focus is on the work that we're getting done. And then, probably talk about that this afternoon with the guys and kind of go from there.
Could not having the joint practices with San Francisco influence maybe the way that you look at this game?
Yeah, maybe. You guys are wanting me to say something. I mean, we're going to focus on, practice what we've been doing, and then we'll have 11 guys out there, I promise.
What was Rashid Shaheed's reason for absence today?
Toe or foot.
Toe or foot.
Yeah.
The last rep of the first team situational drill at the end didn't happen after the fight. What was the decision there?
That was 2 minute, right?
Yeah, the 48.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw a Hail Mary pass.
Yeah, now that you've had a chance to look back, your decision to come out here, are you happy with coming out?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of great work done, and certainly we enjoy being, in front of our fans, and we'll have a couple opportunities to do that this upcoming week with a Tuesday night practice at Tulane, and then a Friday afternoon practice, 1 o'clock, just like the Tennessee game's going to be there in the Dome. So we'll get a couple opportunities to get out in front of our fans, and we're excited about being able to do that. I do think, getting out of the heat and humidity, I think was beneficial for our guys. And like I said, I think we got a lot of really good work done, and I think our guys being together for what really amounts to about a month with very minimal distractions, I think was beneficial to our football team.
Yeah, you talk a lot about guys like catching your eye. I'm kind of wondering if the inverse of that is true a little bit. Guys who maybe started camp strong, and then have you noticed anyone kind of cool off? I'm not asking for specifics, but does that happen over the?
Well, look, I mean, honestly, over the course of training camp, there's a lot of ebbs and flows as to where these guys are at, and in particular when you're talking about some young players, they have some good days, they have some bad days, some things that are good, some things that are not good. Not every day is a perfect day. Not every day do you feel great when you come out here every day, and I'm looking for the guys that can push through those times when it's not going as well, or maybe you don't feel as good. I'm looking for guys that can push through that stuff, and so I think you notice some on both accounts, and ultimately what it boils down to is, who are going to be the most consistent players that we feel like we can count on, that we know exactly what we're going to get on a day in and day out basis. Because I think as coaches, we can plan for that. It's much more difficult when you're trying to create a plan and I don't know what I'm getting out of this guy from one day to the next. Is he going to be there? Is he going to be healthy? Is he not going to be healthy? Those are challenging things. And so the consistency, I think, is important.
Josiah Azira?
Ankle.
And then Michael Jacobson? I don't think we've asked about
Foot.
And this Fuaga's back injury, just normal tightness? Anything of concern there?
He's rehabbing.
Okay.
Will he be on play Sunday?
I don't know.
I mean, just like for the sake of possibly alleviating concern, is that a week one?
I don't think I would tell you can go home and rest at night fairly comfortably.
Derek Carr's had like a few plays where he's gotten like stepped on. Are you concerned about that at all, or is it just Adams' turn?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't like it. You know, but as a head coach, you look at a couple of things. I mean, A, we're talking about staying off the quarterback, doing all those things, and yet the most effective and best rush in football is the ability to rush with power. I'm pleased with our defensive ends and really interior linemen also, our ability to rush with power. That's where it all starts. I see all these guys coming out of college, you know, and they put up great stats in college and they have a lot of sacks, but all they do is freaking run around the tackle. And it doesn't happen in our league. That may happen every now and then, but you're not winning on a consistent basis, so you have to be able to rush the quarterback with power. And that's why we've always liked the bigger, longer defensive ends instead of the smaller, you know, guys, because at some point, to get from point A to point B, I'm going to have to go through that wall, right? And it just stands to reason that the bigger, stronger guys are going to be able to do that a lot easier. All right, thanks, guys.